What's up? Are y'all ready to go back 30 years? Oh my goodness, baby boy. It's your boy Carceno here, man, saying Happy New Year once again. I'm too chiseled today. Yeah, I got my bling on. Now, besides all that, let's look at, like they say, main story. Let's look at the big issue here. Suge Knight came out and started talking again. And once he starts talking, everybody starts, getting in their feelings. And Suge makes a mistake that he usually always makes, is he starts lying based on his personal feelings about somebody. He just keeps milking this lie, and he mixes and blends the truth and a lie together so much. It's just like, come on, dog. Are we really doing this? Hit the like button, good people, because you're going to learn today. I'm going to make this available for the Patreon and YouTube so that y'all will both understand what it's like in this scenario. And it's only because you have people that's in this systematic approach of just doing stuff for podcasts. So you need shock value, or you need something crazy to pop up for it to be interesting to people. They don't know how to basically navigate the everyday. You feel me? So now that you got all of these people talking about there is no. This is what I would say, his way of keeping the attention brand, like keeping the attention flowing in the direction they want it to go. You feel me? Now, yeah, well, they tell people don't get too comfortable. They say that all the time, and they talk about the lack of integrity. You know what I'm saying? They lack the integrity. They lack the what we would call unisons, right? They lack that. Death Row was like this when they started. Then they was starting to split like this, and everybody starting to have their own little factions. So you started to see changes and ripples in the way things were portrayed within the group. Suge did good by those guys. A lot of stuff Suge Knight did, they wouldn't have never got from anybody else. That's facts. I swear to God, it's facts. The things that they did, they would have never gotten anywhere else in the world. No record company would have extended to Daz and Corrupt. Daz and Corrupt would have probably never been signed, and if they did get signed, they would have never been able to produce their own records. Only a couple records of theirs they would probably be allowed to do. They would have brought in another producer or whatever. They just tried to separate Corrupt from Daz. It'd have been all kind of a mess over there. Right? So what Suge did was to keep the crew together because that's what he was about, this family. He treated it like, yo, this family, we're going to look out. Boom, boom, boom. This our home. This our thing. But personal BS has been his downfall. Things that's outside of the realm of business. He'll go against that, and it costs him every time. Now, hit the like button, good people, because now we finna get cooking. I want people to understand something. In his new sit down or whatever with God forbid, Dave Mays. Oh man, the amazing Dave Mays, man. Dave Mays, you're sitting down with a guy who allegedly ruined your Source Award show. They had the big brawl at the Source Awards. So now people had to be in different locations for the next Source Awards in different areas. And it took a lot of sponsorship money away. Yeah, it hurt you. Then your war with Interscope Records, Eminem, and you let Benzino run you right into the ground with this war with Eminem. And you was right there, right by his side, going all the way down. And now the guy who comes in crashes your Source Awards, allegedly. Guys allegedly affiliated with Suge. Came in, crashed your Source Awards, and now you working with Suge. So, Dave Mays, it's your business, son. Your business. It's weird business, but it's your business. Now, he brings up a topic. Suge, there is. Suge Knight brought up a situation. So when he brought up the topic of situation, it was about Tupac and Dre, right? He wanted to tell y'all about Pac and Dre, how Pac really hated Dre and Dre really hated Pac. They didn't like each other. Well, we've already established that over time, they grew a disdain for each other. Tupac's disrespectful behavior on the set of California Love, just ingenuine, just, drinking and just talking and all that. But Dre got past it, but that wasn't really the icing on the cake that said, man, I can't be around this. You finna learn right now the whole details behind it. This is the details behind what really went on. Okay, what really happened? Because Suge said, well, you see, Dre and we finna do Saturday Live, and we having a meeting, and Tupac, it's like, man, I ain't doing California Love because Dre's a homosexual. And I'm like, they ain't got nothing to do with that. And Dre said, wait a minute. I ain't no homosexual. I'm bisexual. And I applaud Dr. Dre for saying that. Because But that's why he wasn't on Saturday Night Live. Because Pop, you know, he ain't want him out there. And he was like that. Oh my God, man. See, here's the thing. Those rumors started because Dre had a bodyguard named Bruce. And Bruce was, known to be in gay clubs and doing stuff like that, right? And he was Dr. Dre's personal bodyguard. But who assigned him Bruce? Like Bruce was his personal assigned bodyguard, right? So anyway, that was beside the point. Miss Chalet allegedly started all of these rumors by saying this to Suge. Now, you had people like Reggie Wright make videos for, just completely lying. But it was him saying that Miss Chalet he found out Suge and Miss Chalet was getting down, and that's why he wanted to leave, and that was probably played a part. Reggie tells so many damn stories. It don't even make no damn sense. I feel bad for the listeners because y'all ain't old enough to understand these people be lying. They straight lying to do anything to get some money. These dudes are broke. So he know he can't have a page in his name saying this right now. So he's got to be under John, under Art. So they gonna just cut him a check. And that'll be that. And he cool. He'll come up with every story. He'll tell he forgot the story he told 2 weeks ago. Then he'll be back telling another one to try to fix that one and then telling another one. It's all clickbait. Once they tell it, they don't even remember it no more. It's done. Now, here's the problem, people, that other people don't seem to understand or get. Because I want y'all to get the gist of this. Hit the like button too, by the way. Yep, like, share, subscribe, like the banner says below. The Patreon is Carceno for life. The Cash App is Carceno. And Carceno for life on YouTube. Subscribe. Super chat. Super thanks. We love and appreciate all the support. All right? Got to do that. Now, let's get back to the juice. Now, I'm here to tell you, Miss Chalet started this because Suge did not mess with Miss Chalet when Dr. Dre was there. They didn't mess around and had no relationship with each other till Dre was gone. Once he left Death Row, that's when Suge started really getting down and messing around with Miss Chalet because she had been abandoned anyway by Dr. Dre. But then he just stopped coming around altogether. And then there's no food, no money, and Dre was just taking care of everything. So he just left, changed his number and everything. Didn't care about his kid, didn't care about Miss Chalet. He didn't know how they were going to eat or nothing, just left him. And Suge came in and saved the day, brought groceries over, made sure she was straight. And was like, all right, I got you now. So that's how that was. And Dre wouldn't have cared anyway. He wouldn't have. At that point, Dre had 2 other chicks already. So he was already moved on. Like Miss Chalet thought she was still in a relationship with Dre, and Dre had gotten married. Then Dre came over there, tried to hit one night, and she was like, Dre, go home to your wife. Hey, that was Dre, man. You gonna be Dre. Now, back to the situation at hand, right? And what I mean by the situation at hand is this. How did this happen? Because he claimed that's when like Tupac basically didn't want Dre around no more. So that's why Dre ended up shaking the spot. Suge just totally just lying to all y'all right now. It was unnecessary. It's just his personal disdain for Dr. Dre. The reason he keeps telling this lie this way. Tupac ain't never confront no Dr. Dre about his sexuality. That is a complete lie. Let me tell you why Dr. Dre left for real, so we can have this on the record. Okay, so everybody can know what's what. Okay, Pac get out. Pac is out of jail in 1995, right? And October of 1995, they are right now got Pac home. They going right to work. I mean, right to work. So right after the Source Awards, Pac was home, like about a month after that. So Pac is released. They're going to work on the album. So for about 2-3 months, and Dre's in there doing what he can, but he's not coming in as much as, Death Row would like. He would come in the studio and it'd just be dudes in the studio. They ain't even recording, just gangsters and thugs around. And man, Dre's like, see, this is what I'm talking about. He wasn't cool with him signing Tupac because that wasn't Suge's job. Suge don't sign the talent. Dre signed the talent. And it wasn't that he didn't want to bring Tupac over. It's like you ain't even have a discussion with him. Like you just go and it's like, oh, Pac is here. Like he ain't have a problem with Quick, but he ain't bring Quick there either. And it was like, now you done brought in Quick. Now you signing talent. When we start doing that now? First it was you gonna be the invisible hand. And now you signing people. Now you doing the interviews. Now you doing it. If you should have stayed in the shadows, now you coming out. Now you want to be seen more. Now you want to be the Don. So now the whole dynamic of what Death Row was supposed to be is shifting. Now the man who said, do you want to be famous or do you want to be rich? These people chose fame. Suge wanted the money. But now he wanted both. So Dre was uneasy about it. But everybody had to start giving up work. So the California Love song that was going to be on Dre's album that he had coming out, he was like, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and just give California Love, which was already done. It was a hit. It was going to be a hit for Dre. Since it was already done, like mixed, mastered up, they went ahead and gave that to Pop. So Dre other verse is not on the California Love. Dre had it was 3 verses on there, or maybe 2. But Dre's other verses are off the album. They only got the first verse on there and then Pac's verse, and then that's the song. And then they just let the music play out. So they don't even put the other verse on there because they wanted to get the song out right away. They said, oh, this is hot. We got to get a video started right now. Let's get the video shot. So they started to shoot the video. Like right around, like soon as they basically did that song and got that burnt up, they was ready to shoot the video so they could go ahead and put it out. So it was like almost immediate. And everybody's wrapping it up. Christmas time is, approaching. Everybody's hard to work on this album. So by November, the album was pretty much completed. And we're talking about like 14 songs. Dre only did 2. Dre did You Can't See Me, which is basically Snoop Dogg's What's My Name. They had the George Clinton on there, the funk with George, put George on there at the end and let him but it's like lazily done. So Dre wasn't really there to finish that song correctly. But the You Can't See Me record is not really finished. And it was like, okay, this is Snoop's What's My Name. Just took some of the same keys, everything, and just put more horns and stuff on there and just let George Clinton do his thing to make it more funk, but West Coast funk, like G-funk style. So it's got way more piano to try to give it that hardness. That's Dre's added in it. Hold up, what's my name? So it's the same song. So that's it. That's Dre's contribution to the whole album. Dre was supposed to do at least 4 to 5 songs on the album. Never got a chance to do it because he didn't want to work with Tupac no more, the way Tupac was being disrespectful. Calling him all kind of names like, man, Drake, man, it's slow ass goat mouth muck. He's just like, I'm taking over now. This that bro being shook. Like just loud, but he's playing. He's playing, and Dre's taking it personal anyway. But this isn't the straw that broke the camel's back. This isn't what made everybody flip. This isn't what broke the whole thing down. What broke the whole thing down was the Mark Bell incident, the Christmas party, December 25th, December 20, whatever, 1995. One of Suge homies, we know who it is now, but we ain't gonna say his name. He ended up in New Orleans. I think he gone now, but one of Suge's big homies who was out there in New York doing the Puffy situation, and he lost his life in a shooting. And somebody was gonna have to atone for that. So the guys and the homies back at home, that dude was allegedly in a gang. So at this Christmas party, they got gang members there, and then Mark Bell was associated with Puff, and and Big and all of them, and they man shot, they man gone. And Suge is telling them, don't nobody do anything. Like, don't go crazy here. So they all invite him in the back room to talk. And when he get back there, the guy just like, yo, this for my homeboy. Bah! And they start whooping him. And allegedly, Suge tells him, man, not in the face. So they take him in the bathroom. Take him in the bathroom. So they go to the bathroom and start working him out. Throwing his head in the urinal. trying to make him drink the bottle with pee in it and all this stuff. And he wouldn't do it. None of this stuff in the bathroom. And then they was hitting him, and Suge was like, look, not in his face. Only body shots. And then they snatched his jewelry, everything, and then they was like, leave him, because he just laid there like played dead. They was leave him. Suge was like gone. Suge went back to his office. Going back to the office area, he walked out. And all them, and Mark Bell had gotten up, tried to straighten himself up and walked out. And the guy's like, if you want your jewelry back, holler at me. That was Suge told him allegedly, and Mark Bell left. And after that, all hell was breaking loose. Because now, a lot of people are getting informed and getting information about there's a problem, because this dude go to the cops, it's all over. Pac's on probation, Suge's on probation, Dre is on probation, and Dre just had a massive probation. He just had to serve some jail time, like 30, 40 days for drunk driving and all this stuff. Dre was in a mess, in a bind. So he was going through it. And he was going to end up violating his. He was going to go back and do some time. So Interscope couldn't have that. Jimmy Iovine didn't want that at all. Jimmy's like, look, I can't lose Dre. That's out of the question. Dr. Dre is our guy. He's the producer. Now, there's so many of us who don't really understand the gist of it, but I understood it right away. They wanted someone who could be the ideal eye candy type of appeal. Like they wanted to put a sheet over the death row situation with Dre. Dre knew he wanted out from that moment on. So everything he went was trying to get his deal separate. He met with Jimmy. He talked to his lawyers, Hired King and all them, and he was like, man, I want out. I don't even want to be here. I don't even like what this has become. No. Dr. Dre reached out to them, and Jimmy said, I'll take care of it. But right now, while we're working on that, just be cool. Don't go back there. So Dre wasn't going back. Dre wasn't in the studio, so nobody thought of anything. Dre was hardly coming to the studio at that time anyway. So in 1995, the last time you see them really together was that moment. You know, when Dre came and did his Death Row Vibe interview thing, that was the last time, and they wasn't really together then. A lot of people came in, took their photo, had their black shirts on. Dre already knew he was leaving, but he took that photo with the Death Row, the chain, and they came out with the infamous Vibe photo. But Dre knew he was leaving then. He just had to be patient while they worked on trying to get that out. But he wasn't supposed to go to the studio no more. There wasn't nothing but gangsters hanging there now all the time. And he just didn't, he was tired of it. Now, when this whole Mark Bell thing went down, they kept his name out of it. They kept Dre's name out the conversation, whatever. Jimmy and Howard King and all of these guys, they are the power firm. Now, in the meeting, they had Dr. Dre sitting there with Suge, telling Suge he leaving. Dre and Suge never had another conversation. They never spoke again, ever. You see what I'm saying? Never spoke. Never had another word spoken to one another. Since 1996, probably January of 96, probably the last time Dre spoke to Suge. January of 96. Tupac album comes out February the 13th. About the end of January, he already wasn't coming by, right? And people was like, yo, what's up with Dre? Y'all seen Dre? It was like, nah. Then Jimmy Iovine called Suge and was like, we want to talk to you. Dre is not happy there, and he's leaving Death Row. He wants out. He's like, what? Man, Dre don't want no, man, Dre's leaving Death Row. It's like, Dre is leaving Death Row. He's gone. He's not coming back. He wants to do his own thing, and we're going to let him. And we don't want no problems with you, so we're going to just go ahead and do a transition with you right now. And he's like, shit's like, man, if you want to go, we can go, but he ain't getting no money out of Death Row. He ain't taking no money out of here. He was like, look, I got him signed as executive, right? Like he a partner, like he a part owner. So he just can't get up and sell the company anyway. So if he gonna write over the shares to Death Row and give us the company, then we'll let him go with no problems. If not, I'm gonna sue, I'm gonna contest. Like Suge was coming up with all this stuff, like he was gonna make it a problem transition for Dre to go. And Dre said, I just want out. I don't care about the money. Let him keep it. And that's what Jimmy was like, you sure? So Howard King, let me give you guys an example of what I'm talking about, because y'all probably don't know. These are the most powerful entertainment lawyers there is, buddy. The most powerful entertainment lawyers in the game. And these people are best friends of Jimmy Iovine. Like very, very good friends. See this guy right here with the cowboy hat? That's Peter Pitaro. This is Howard King, Dr. Dre's personal lawyer. who really works for Peter Patero. And this is Miss Soriano. And all three of them together in this powerful entertainment music forum, they're the lawyers that does the contracts and negotiations, and they'll get anybody out of a situation, out of a deal. There ain't no deal they can't maniacal and get you out of. Peter Patero did not like Suge Knight, did not want to deal with Suge Knight, didn't want anything to do with him on no levels. So he wanted nothing to do with Suge, wouldn't be in a room with Suge to save his life. That's just it. So Howard King has to be the guy to go in and do all the negotiations and all of this stuff. So they make sure all the paperwork is right. Dre was going to be straight. He wasn't going to have no problem with that team behind him. And Dre, to this day, still has that team behind him. Those guys controlled the conversation. So they contacted with David Kenner, Suge Knight, and David Kenner is what you would call a criminal lawyer. If there's a crime, David Kenner is involved. He doesn't know how to do transitional, he can't do that. He don't know what he's doing. With these guys here, they knew how to get Dre out of everything and get everything they wanted out of the company. But David Kenner thought he was doing something right, and his language was that of a 3-year-old when he did the contract. There were so many loopholes. There were so many things in the contract that would be deemed as invalid. All because of the verbiage. But Dre just didn't want anything. He wanted to leave it as he didn't want Suge coming after him, but Suge was going to try to destroy anything that he was going to do because he felt you trying to weaken Death Row. So Tupac went on Saturday Night Live February the 17th. Album came out February 13th, right? Valentine's Day. So when Valentine's Day came out, All Eyes on Me dropped, right? Because they were trying to sell this as getting the girls, the ladies, like Tupac, Valentine's Day present. All Eyes on Me dropped. February 13th, the 17th, they had to negotiate. All right, he gonna appear on Saturday Night Live. California Love video came out like right at the end of 95. So they had a good month with the California Love video, and everybody was vibing off that. Dre's in it, so that they've been selling the album with Pac and Dre and Snoop. So they wanted to go through that situation. Now, Tupac was upset that Dre wouldn't appear to help Snoop Dogg out in his murder trial. He was like, one of the guys said Dre was there, and all Dre had to do was say I wasn't in the cross-examination, and that would have proved the witness to be a liar and would have helped Snoop out in his case, and Dre wouldn't do it. He didn't want to get involved in that because Dre's like, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Man, I ain't doing that. And Pac just thought that was the weakest thing ever. Like, Snoop brought you out the grave. Like, how this dude, he's supposed to be owning the company and he ain't gonna even ride for his guy Snoop. He ain't gonna even ride for Snoop. All he had to do was go down there, take the cross-examination, and that would have proved the dude was lying. Dude said Dre was there. So, they wanted him to come down there for cross-examination. Nobody was charging Dr. Dre anything. Dre didn't even want to do that because Dre was at that point, he just frustrated. He didn't want nothing to do with Death Row. He went and talked to Howard King them, said, man, they just want me to go down there to help Snoop. They said, you're not involved in that. Don't get yourself involved in it. You have nothing to do with that, Andre. Stay out of it. So he listened to his lawyers. rather than being like, I'm down for my boy, like Pac was thinking. He's getting legal advice telling him to stay away from that situation. Don't go in there in a cross examination and have your name on a trial. In this case, you already got probation. This is Dre team now. And he got Pharrell. They got everybody over there now. That's the law team that took care of everything. Everybody talk about Jimmy. Jimmy got a powerful team behind him. You know, that's why they call it the machine. Jimmy Iovine, the machine. Well, it's Jimmy Iovine and the machine. This is part of the machine. You see right there, Peter Patero, Howard King. Now, they negotiated a deal that says, Dre, you keep Death Row. Okay? You keep it. I mean, Suge, you keep Death Row. Everything. Let Dre do his own thing. We got both of you. We're going to support both of y'all. Not a problem. Right? Neither side need to have any friction. And down the road, we can cross brand, cross promote, still work together, and all of that down the road. It's not a problem. Now, what Suge wanted was like, I don't want this news coming out, you know, when Pac album finna drop. Tupac album finna come out. And, you know, we promoting Dr. Dre on the album. Now that's gonna mess up Tupac album sales. So we ain't trying to have that sabotage the album. This is a double album. We got we shipping 1 million records already. And we already got people, you know, reserving copies. This thing for to sell about 2 million records off the gate. So we gonna, you know, we gonna be hurting ourselves if we ain't got enough records out there on the shelf. And people seeing Dr. Dre ain't with it no more. And then Dre fans is saying, oh, he going against Pac or something. And we can't have that controversy going on right now. So Dre, you know, let him wait, you know, for at least, he said, well, we'll wait. We'll give it a month, you know, before Dre will make his announcement or whatever. And they did, true to their word. Dr. Dre didn't say anything. And in March, they came out and stated that Dr. Dre was leaving Death Row in March. Matter of fact, March 17th was the announcement he gave over a month after the album was out. So I would say the end of January, first week of February of 1996 is when Suge was informed. Why Dre ain't complying, Dre ain't been there, and this is why. Dre won't out. And Dre did not meet with Suge Knight face to face. That was it. He had no more conversations with Suge. So I don't know what the hell Suge Knight talking about. I don't know what he's talking about, y'all. I really don't. It's amazing. I know it's good entertainment for everybody. It's good food. But as you know, he went on to sabotage Dr. Dre in any way, shape, or form. Any way, shape, or form, he wanted to disrupt everything that was going on with Dr. Dre. And Interscope wouldn't drop Death Row because they still had money coming in with Pac. Pac had just sold 5 million records. And they like, well, okay, here we go. We got that going for us. And then Dre was doing his compilation to launch his album, his new company, Aftermath. So Dr. Dre presents the Aftermath. Now, to get up revenue, he was producing for Teddy Riley. And Teddy Riley was going to work with Tupac because Teddy Riley was out there. He had did work with Michael Jackson on the Dangerous album. So they go from that Dangerous album, doing all the work he was doing over there for Teddy Riley. He was working with, Aaron Hall. They was in Guy. So Aaron Hall was out there, was like, man, you should swing by, man. We got a good deal. The Suge got money. And he talking about paying, to bring us over and do this and that. And Teddy was like, all right, he kind of got there and saw the energy level. And they had Jodeci over there, and it was just not a good feel. And he was just like, all right, cool. He was cool with everything, but he was just talking. Pac was like, we got to work together. Man, I want to do what you did, like when you had Rex and Effect. I want one of those. I need that. With the horns, when you had that, all I want to do was do a zoom, 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 in your boom, boom. I need something like that. So Pac was telling Teddy Riley, I want something like that on my album. I need that on my album. But Suge was not allowing that. If they weren't playing ball, he was like, nah, I can get you that. I can get you that. I can sign right now. Dash will get you something like that. Like he wanted all in-house, and it's because he get paid off of it. Why I'm gonna pay somebody outside of the group, outside of Death Row? That's just business. You want your people in-house doing all your work. Why I'm gonna outsource? And then gotta pay them what they want and demand it. No, they need to be signed to the rope. Death Row, but we got to keep all that money. So I understand that. That's business. But the story he told y'all was I'm like, what the hell? What did he just tell y'all? That don't make no sense. That just lets you know, man, it's a weird game out here these people play. Uh Not pretty much. But if you look at the scales of everything and you start saying to yourself, okay, I see how this is going. These are some powerful people, yeah. But our thing is, when is it going to be like our turn? You know what I'm saying? You got a Dre situation where him and Pac and Suge, they were the big dogs at the time. They was finna do some things good in the game. Dr.Dre Ice Cube album didn't come out. Helter Skelter. When they had Natural Born Killers, that got destroyed. And when it got destroyed, that's when Cube left to go do West Side Connection after that. He went and did his thing. He would put all his time, like, look, Dre, y'all come up with this money. Let's come up with this. Let's get this done. And when DOC shook the spot and was like, I'm out. I ain't doing this no more. I want to put my album out. And they wouldn't put his album out. So he went and recorded the album he recorded. He went and got a deal somewhere and named it Helter Skelter and threw that out. And they was like, man, ain't nobody finna buy that album. I bought it just to support Doc. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bought it. I didn't care what the album sounded like. I just bought it to support Doc. And the album audio was a little off. It was dark. It was just, he just needed to be heard, even though his voice is all messed up. And he was like, man, they got all this stuff. They can fix my voice now. No. That's that's why I try to get people to get the understanding of what's happening here. Y'all really don't know how they portraying this. It is something crazy right now. You know, that's what blows my mind is it's just how wild of a story. It's a wild story, B. It's wild. I'm sweating y'all it is. Yeah, man. Be safe, man. A lot of people the next day they get tore up and be all out there getting ravaged. Yeah, I'm trying to stay hydrated. 2024, stay hydrated. Get some water in your life. So I'm rolling. Now, I want to say blessings to all of y'all, man. But that's really what happened. It was, I don't know what he's talking about. He didn't even have a discussion with Dr. Dre. He had a discussion with Jimmy Iovine, David Kenner, Suge Knight, Howard King, who represented Dre, and Peter Pataro. All of them was on a conference call. And that is what happened. Dre was there listening and just said, I don't care. Just want out. And he was out. What doomed Suge is he kept going after Dre. Kept going after Dre. Anytime Dre did something, he was interfering allegedly. And, you know, this was part of the problem. Then when Dre stuff started popping, because Death Row, once they lost Pac and Interscope was really mad, they basically threw Suge in jail. You know, and Suge knew what time it was. And he's right about that. He got railroaded and threw him in jail. But after Tupac died, they was like, look, he died on your watch. You didn't protect your biggest asset, which was Tupac. And Interscope was pissed about that. You did them a solid. You took their artists, put them with Death Row, turned everything around, and now we don't have that talent no more. He was getting ready to do movies, everything. This was going to be huge. He was the biggest rap star in the world now. He had outsold Snoop, Dre album, everything. Pac was solidified. So 5 million records, this is it. What happened after this? Machiavelli album comes out. They had another Tupac album come out, double CD come out. Things are starting to go down with Tupac's mom and Fendi. Lawsuit, Suge's in jail, everything's in disarray. The Snoop album come out, they don't do what it's supposed to do. And they was like, this is not happening. You know, like this is falling apart. Daz put out an album and by himself, and it's just falling apart, man. The Rage album come out with no promotion. It was just there. And it was like, damn. It was the first Death Row anything that dropped and didn't go platinum. And it was just like the bloom was off the rose and it was done. Like it was over. And they had to reinvent. So they had a greatest hits album already. And I'm like, greatest hits already? You just came out. Death Row only been around like 3-4 years. You doing greatest hits album? It was a money grab. The money wasn't. It's like, where did the money go? So they dropped a double album, came out, did that, but they were in disarray. Now, when he should come home, he got access to all this money that been put up while he was away. So he comes home, he got a bag. So he can sign artists and do what he want. All he had to do was do all that. It was why he was away. Biggie lost his life. A lot of people blamed him for that. He come home years later, and now all he has to do is do his thing or whatever and go his course. Dre hit the ground, blows up on Chronic 2001. Suge comes out and puts out Chronic 2000 to go up against Dre's Chronic 2001. Now, the album Chronic 2001 wasn't even called the 2001, Chronic 2001. It's got the Chronic Leaf in 2001. Because Suge Knight claims he owned the Chronic. That was part of Death Row. So Death Row would have to get a piece of Dr. Dre's album calling it the Chronic. Like they own that by trademark. So in a negotiation, they were saying, okay, we'll give you a piece. But then Suge blew it up by putting out Chronic 2000, Dr. Dre Chronic 2000. So they pushed Dre album back and said, oh, okay. So you should leave stuff out. Death Row released Dr. Dre Chronic 2000. So they named the album Chronic 2001. Dr. Dre, because that was the album. It was supposed to have been called the Chronic 2000. They pushed it back and called it the Chronic 2001, and they put the Chronic Leaf on there. So Suge, once again, was doing his thing. And this is after the success of Eminem, who really saved Aftermath, the record label. Now, with that happening, you have a new scenario. And what is the new scenario, people? The new scenario is this. Now that this has come to the forefront, Suge is going up against that, trying to stop Eminem, and they can't have that. Now, you're not finna mess with Eminem. We got a white rapper that's crossed over, and you finna mess with that? You're not finna cost us millions and millions of dollars again. Suge was warned plenty of times to stop. He did not. He did not listen. He kept putting personal stuff over business, and it just got worse. So people didn't want to do business with him. Clubs that was cool with him didn't want to deal with him no more. They didn't want to let him in. It's like, we got this celebrity here and this celebrity, don't let Suge in. It's like, wow. Suge come here, I don't care if you're cool with him, nothing. He don't get in. If he give you any friction, call 911. If he threaten you, if he touch you, call 911. They was trying to get him violated so bad. So they was really on Suge's head, man. And Suge was just trying to work at that point. Like, I ain't even trying to do nothing no more. Like, I'm just trying to work. But he had burned so many bridges with these dudes, man. And all he had to do was be cool. But the money was getting low. And wasn't nobody doing business with him no more. So, like, they put a stranglehold on a lot of stuff Suge wanted to do. And Suge was going to reinvent himself, but he's never going to forget Dr. Dre and all this. And the whole case against him to get him off the streets was, that whole thing with Straight Outta Compton, and that should have never happened, ever. That whole situation should have never happened. But it is what it is. Everybody be safe, be blessed. It's your boy Carceno, man. Don't forget to follow me. My Patreons, thank you for showing support and being down for me all these years. Much appreciated. Go out and have some fun, man. Enjoy life. Be easy. Shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bust Life. Happy New Year's to you. HD, Happy New Year's. Jose Rodriguez, Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez. Follow his channel. Happy New Year's to you. Armando Black TV. Happy New Year's. Angela Stanton King, Happy New Year's to you. Happy New Year's to all of y'all who come in to support. Even y'all coming in hating. Happy New Year's to you too. No Happy New Year's to Gilbert Arenas. FM. I'm just kidding. Happy New Year's to him and his family. Hope they safe. Yeah. Many blessings, Ticket TV. Happy New Year's to you and your fam. Damn D. Happy New Year's to all y'all, man. Anybody who's shown me love, appreciate it on their page or whatever. Appreciate it all the way through. I'm out. Hour strong.